Good afternoon, my dudes. It is not Wednesday, it is a Friday, but we are here with your buyer's guide for the week. And this week, I'm going to be doing gaming chassis. So various cases and stuff that I've built into is a personal, like a high favorite of mine, like a top 3 category, because the building experience and looking at the finished product is one of my absolute favorite things to do. So I'm basically basing that off of this list off of that largely as well. So that may not necessarily be the absolute best case for the money, but the overall experience and using it and working in it, etc., will balance those sort of recommendations out. So starting off the top 10 at number 10, it's got to go to this Cougar Archon 2. While I actually haven't used this specific version, it's basically the MX410 updated, which I have used, and it looks pretty clean, I've got to say. I really like the top has been updated as well now for 140mm support as well on top, which is really, really nice to have. They've also extended it slightly, so it is, while it is wider, it's also slightly longer. They've increased the supported GPU length by, I saw, about 5mm as well. So it is slightly longer, which is nice, 170 max height, and you can see it even in their example. They've got their 360mm up front, so you can build that into the basement without losing any of your drives and such. Tempered side glass panel, comes with the 3 ARGB fans at $1,300. It's like, for most like mid-range builds, this is going to be really good. Coming in just ahead of that at number 9, it's the NX410, and mostly I'd suggest that just because of the added GPU length, it's got another 20mm, which might not seem like a lot, but it could be the difference between fitting water cooling with your graphics card or not. I just really like this. It's very straightforward, really good budget case. It's got a swing arm door as well, which is kind of nice, magnetically attached, very easy, as you can see, to get in and out of it and work on your build and stuff. It's just really good bang for buck. This at $1,000 with the 3 included fans as well. They are very, very hard to beat. At number 8, it's the first of the deep cools, the CC560. I'd really like the dimensions of this 560. It's got like quite a lot of space, as you can see, for like, you know, big boy GPUs and stuff. I just hope you like blue, because the included fan kit is just straightforward blue, as you can see there. Mesh front, 370mm worth of space, a 163 on the cooler support, so it's not quite as wide as that Cougar. So you see, they're kind of different. They sort of all fit into sort of different areas. These 3, between the first 3, you could literally, they could all interchange positions. The only reason that this one is further ahead is pretty much because of the price point, and because of the included kit, and because it's the longest boy of the 3. So if you're looking at doing like a top mount, a rad, you can see it's got a good setup for that. I think this with a 240 and like a 3070, for instance, would still be a pretty good match. At number 7, it's my pick of the Evetech cases in the Ricks. I absolutely love the way that this case looks. It doesn't have like a full mesh front, which is something that I would like to see come to it. If this spot over here at the front was mesh, it would make me a lot happier. But for the like Evetech cases, this is easily the most elegant. The way that it looks is like primarily the basis for my recommendation. We had builds with it there at the Comic-Con stage, and the thing just looked absolutely incredible. And if I go down here, I don't know if it will have the clearance for the Jeep VGA. It does there, 375, and you can see a huge power supply clearance as well. So you can put really big boy builds into this. You can top mount your radiator. There's more than enough space in between there for you to do that. So the build, like the way that it's been set up, is pretty damn clever. Rounding out our top half at number 6, it's the 220T. This is a full mesh front. It comes with the 3 included fans, and it's really nicely set up. The front, for instance, just detaches like a speaker cover. There's literally just 2 prongs on top and bottom, and the whole front pulls off. Very easy to work on. The back panel on these has been significantly improved. Corsair's done a lot of work here to get that channeling set up. So there's actually like an indent in there. You can see the Garrett's are really nice. It comes with the included fan controller. So if you wanted to do a Corsair ecosystem, it's already primed for that. But these headers as well do go straight out into your motherboard as well. So it gives you some flexibility. It's both sides of the coin, which is better to have, right? The cleanliness of this build, I mean, okay, that's a bad example because that's not the case, but there is a completed build over here, and the way that this thing looks on the desk is just really nice. It's sort of, I'm here to, you know, I mean business without being too flamboyant. Top mount or front mount radiator, like possible. You can see it's very neat and compact sort of case, and the build quality on this is, well, Corsair, the Corsair tax these days is significantly reduced as competition has been increasing, so that's why it's ranking quite a lot higher now. At number 5, it's a case that's no longer in stock, but it was pretty much my favorite for a very long time. I did a boatload of builds in this because it's very wide and very long. As you can see by that picture, look how much space there is between the front intakes and where the GPU is going to sit. So front mount radiator setup, this is absolutely perfect for that. You could have your fans then pulling out the top over there. You could do a 240mm up top as they're showing you pictured here. But the main thing was 280 and 360mm up front without losing your drive base, mesh finishing. Like, this was incredibly good bang for buck. It didn't come with ARGB fans. It was very straightforward, just 2 in, 1 out like that. But for most mid-range PCs, this was incredibly good. And the lifetime of the case, because of the dimensions of the case, are very good. You can continuously upgrade and keep using this. It's got absolutely everything you want to see. Even with that earlier rendition of the back panel improvement with the garrets and this more recessed sort of setup with all of your time points over there. So really, you can make really nice, neat builds in this, and they were 1,300 Rand. Corsair, please bring this case back. At number 4, it's one of the big boys. It's the ROG Strix Helios. When I first reviewed this case, I was like, this thing is fat. It is huge, and it grew on me over time. I personally wouldn't get it because I need to move my stuff around. But you can see there's the ATX shroud, okay, for even eATX ends there. How much GPU clearance do you have? You can put whatever GPU you want in this. Water cooling, similarly, top and bottom, full 360mm of support. Comes with really nice fans. It looks incredible. It is a very aesthetic on the table. That's that case though. The straps and stuff are literally, they do work. They do actually let you pick the case up quite nicely. But I mean, empty, I think this thing is 17 kilograms or something stupid. So if we just scroll down over here, 18 kilograms, either 1 kilo off. Pretty good memory. I reviewed this thing ages ago. But yeah, they're big. They are boisterous and just nice things though. Like these GPU sag brackets, for instance, are absolute wonders to have. Vertical GPU mount, as you saw in the build picture over here, absolutely wonders to have. Huge amounts of flexibility in this case, and top mount radiator without any like weird awkward positioning over the motherboard. It actually full clears the motherboard with all the fans and everything as is pictured. So if you're going for a big boy PC case, this is one of the top suggestions. And similarly at number 3, it's another big boy case, this time with the 5000X. You can also look at the 7000X if you need that sort of dimensioning. But this is pretty much the same sort of setup, just with a very elegant and sleek package. You can get them with a mesh front, which is the one I would generally suggest. But if you got the full glass, it's also not bad looking. And I mean, it's very, very clean. Look at the new back panel setup. It's absolutely fantastic with all of those Velcros and stuff. I built one recently for a mate with, he wanted a white build, and we did the front mesh 5000X with the setup. And I was just like, okay, Corsair, you'll been busy. It's like way, way, way improved. This piece here, very confusing. It's for water cooling and fans and stuff, and I couldn't get it right. Like this thing was a little bit like, kind of, but the rest of the experience was like really, really good. And there's huge amounts of space inside the case for big boy water cooling. You can do custom loop. I mean, for this case, variably the sky's the limit, and the 7000X just takes it to another level. But you can consider them both like third position. In our runner-up spot, it's the Asus GT301. I cannot tell you how many homies I've had by this case, build into this case. Like I've done I think 3 builds into this case already. The dimensioning is just basically perfect for a mid-range chassis. You've got plenty of GPU clearance. It's really nicely set up with the garrets and stuff. The back panel's great. All the time points are really nicely positioned. You can see plenty of space to go through the top there around the motherboard and stuff. Like very, very nicely developed. 2.5-inch drive capacity on the back, 3.5s at the bottom over here. They've just done a really good job with this. Even a little headphone stand off the side side of the case, which is nice. But the main thing was the full front mesh gave it incredibly good performance. It's got the glass side panel, it's got the nice cover, and I really like Tough products. I find that where Asus is concerned, it's definitely their price versus performance breaker. And if we just come down here, for instance, you can see it's got a 320mm max GPU length, PSG length 160, so they've done a good job of the dimensioning. That's why I've just been kind of defaulting on this at $1,500 with the 3 included fans. Really nice quality on those as well. It was pretty much unbeaten until I reviewed the #1 spot. And in the #1 spot, it's the CK560, because it's everything that the GT301 has, but just a little bit better. So it's just a little bit bigger. It's just a little bit wider, as you can see, just a little bit longer, just a little bit broader, just a little bit. And those little bits added up to quite a lot of value that you're getting over here. Comes with the 3 included fans, plus the exhaust fan out, plus it has a GPU sag bracket, as you can see over there, and it can switch positions. So depending on the length of your GPU, you've got a built-in sag bracket in a case that costs $1,500. It's kind of amazing. You can, I think, maybe in the future get these with a vertical mount GPU. It looks like it may be a thing. But if you've got a 280, you can top mount it. It gives you super good flexibility in this case. Really nicely built as well. Overall, like, these are basically unbeatable. That's why it's at the #1 spot. For 1,500 Rand, there's just nothing better available on Evetech, at least. And that, my friends, is your top 10 gaming chassis, your Turbo Tortoise Tech top 10 gaming chassis, the ones that we've at least worked with and tested to date. Manufacturers, if you're watching this, you want your stuff reviewed on the channel, send it our way. We always, cases are a personal, like I said, favorite. They rank quite highly. I really do enjoy doing those reviews. Until next time, my friends, hope you guys stay safe, keep well. If you've enjoyed this review, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.